My favorite teacher is Miss Williams because I like her a lot and she always is just so positive. So yeah.
Miss Grady because I feel like I had a really personal connection with her. I loved her class. She's a really good teacher and I can't wait for Spanish 3 next year.
Miss Lanfair because she mad jokey and I always click with her and she always makes sure everybody's straight in her classroom, you know, and she's cool peoples.
Good morning, Stratford. I'm Mr. Artz.
And I'm Mr. Smith. It's Thursday, May 9th, 2019.
Here's what's going on today.
We're throwing it back a decade or two to see how students styled themselves and how the dress code has changed through the years.
Plus, hear what some of our fellow teachers have to say about the hardest part of being a teacher.
And a way you can relieve your fellow classmates from the stress of taking AP exams.
All that and more coming up on today's Real TV. Thanks for tuning in to Real TV. I'm Mr. Artz.
And I'm Mr. Smith. And we band together to march Stratford's most talented students towards an appreciation for all things music. All this week, we've been taking a blast to the past.
I'm sure some of you laughed at how different the styles were from back then. Trends in clothing come and go, and what has also changed with the times is the school dress code.
Reporter Tristan Foster shows us how trends have affected what is allowed and not allowed to be worn at school.
The dress code has always been something that has been enforced over the 36 years that Stratford has existed, but just like fashion trends, the rules have changed with time. Some of the dress code rules back then may surprise you. For example, in the 90s, shoes had to have straps on the back of them. In the early 2000s, students weren't allowed to wear flip-flops. The reason for that? It was a safety issue. Administrators did not want the possibility of students getting their flip-flops stepped on by causing someone to fall or get injured.
As a student, I definitely agreed with the dress code, especially with the pulling your pants up. Like, it was not nice. It is not nice to see guys, boxers, and underwears and things like that, so I definitely agreed with it.
Spanish teacher Miss Mayan graduated from Stratford in 2008. Mayan says many of the rules back then still apply today, like not exposing too much skin or showing undergarments.
I'd have to say that the dress code is pretty similar to when I was here. We had the same rules: no hats, no short skirts, pull your pants up, things like that.
Not everything was the same though. Trench coats were not allowed. This was enforced after the Columbine shooting in Colorado in 1999. Students were also required to tuck in their shirts. This was another safety factor to ensure weapons weren't hidden in the waistband.
I'd say that it probably benefited the students in a way that it helped us maybe be respectful with the way that we dressed ourselves. So with how we dressed, it was respectful to others.
If it wasn't a rule, girls would be or guys or girls would come to school without clothes on.
Back then, the dress code rules seemed pretty focused on safety. Now the rules are more about being appropriately dressed for school and not causing distractions.
So I think that there's a time and a place to dress differently. Like if you're going to church, you're not going to wear a mini skirt, you know. So when you're at school, it's kind of like the same thing. You want to just be respectful to others.
Well, dress code's a rule because it says it's for educational purposes, so people stay on track and focused.
Most recently, the rule for skirts and dress length have changed from fingertip length to mid-thigh. Like clothing trends, the dress code will continue to evolve and students will continue to change it no matter what the rules. Reporting for Real TV, I'm Tristan Foster with Merari Roque.
Dealing with students who don't go by the dress code and other rules are one of the many things we teachers deal with every day.
We truly do love our jobs, or we wouldn't be doing it.
But we also come across some struggles with being a teacher. What would you say is the hardest part about being a teacher?
The dress code?
I think you look great.
Thanks. What would you say your hardest part of your job is?
Playing the flute. In this week's Stratford Speaks, some of your teachers expressed the hardest part of their job. Special thanks to senior Brennan Carpenter for posting the question to our Instagram.
is getting interviewed by my students about stuff.
The part I mostly dislike is the discipline. Like, sometimes it's not that hard to listen.
Leaving you guys at 4 o'clock.
Mornings without coffee.
I don't think there is one, you know. The worst part about the job is maybe coming in this late in the morning, but teaching's great and kids are great, so I like what I do.
As teachers, we see the struggles of our students as well, especially around test time.
Some of your fellow classmates are in the midst of AP exams. If you're feeling supportive, here's a way to help. The Jefferson Service Club is selling grams to cheer on AP students. Students and teachers can buy a gram for 50 cents each to send to someone.
See Miss Garidi in room 524, and she will get them delivered to them the day and time of the AP tests.
One group who is feeling less of a pressure to take final exams is the seniors.
That's because they're exempt from final exams if they are passing the class. So congratulations. But there is a lot for you to do before graduation. One of those things to do is to share your pictures for the end of the year senior slideshow. The only way to get on the slideshow is to send us your pictures. Use hashtag SeniorShowSHS19. Use the hashtag or slide into the DMs on Real TV Instagram. Real TV needs those pictures by tomorrow, Friday. Oh, say, can you sing?
Clearly, you can. And if you are a senior as talented as Mr. Artz, then you may want to audition to be a soloist at graduation. Tryouts are on Friday, May 17th after school in Miss Taylor's office. You'll be asked to sing a traditional version of the national anthem, a cappella, and sign up in the main office. If you picture yourself in a career in marketing, finance, hospitality, or management, there's a club just for you.
The DECA Club is looking for new members for next school year. There's a meeting on May 15th at 4:05 for anyone who's interested. In DECA, you will learn leadership skills and compete against thousands of other students throughout the world. I've even heard that there's over 9,000 students.
Over 9,000?
Over 9,000.
That's impossible.
See Ms. Jordan with any questions. One last announcement.
Yearbooks are still on sale in the room 405 with Coach Manchester during all 3 lunches. It costs $75 for each yearbook. Support our Excalibur staff and their hard work in capturing all the year's events and memories throughout the school year. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Real TV.
Tune in tomorrow for the last day of Teacher Takeover Week.
Have a thriving Thursday.
Oh, we're starting? Wait, really?
Yeah.
Like now?
Yeah.
And I'm Mr. Smith. And we need to start over.
Let's start over.
Good idea.
Sorry, distracted by all these people walking.
Sorry, I wasn't ready.
Let's just go from the beginning again.